Well, I went over to Tokyo, Japan in 1988, and got lucky and won the Japan Cup that weekend on a horse called Pay the Butler for Bobby Frankel. And the following weekend, I competed in an all-star competition. They call it the Super Jockey Competition, and Bill Shoemaker and I represented the United States that year. And in between the two weekends, I was invited to speak in front of a group of students at the jockey school that is run by the Japan Racing Association. And I came away from that experience just totally blown away. They had 30 kids in the class, but they weren't just teaching them how to ride and teaching them horsemanship. It was a full-blown academic program. Math, science, language, history, and it's a 3-year program. And any licensed applicant in most countries, not just including Japan, but in most other countries that have horse racing, require individuals to go through an educational process before they're actually licensed in any capacity. But 2 years later, I got hurt. I broke my left femur, my right fibula, and my right ulna. And laying in the hospital thinking, if this was the type of injury that would end my career, what would I want to do next? And I determined it would either be train horses or train kids how to ride. And everybody knows training horses is easy. That's a piece of cake. We contacted Dr. Michael McCall. He's the president of the Kentucky Community and Technical College System. It's located here in Versailles, Kentucky. He really liked the idea, especially when he found out that there's no jockey school in the country. My students are officially enrolled at BCTC, Bluegrass Community Technical College here in Lexington. And so it's a 2-year program, and if the students complete all 68 credit hours that we offer, they'll achieve an associate's degree in applied equine science. The requirements are the same as any applicant that wants to go to a community college here in Kentucky. We require a GED or a high school diploma. We do not require prior horse experience. We've had a lot of enrollees that have had no horse experience whatsoever. And so it's kind of good, though, because they don't come here with any preconceived ideas or bad habits that we have to correct. Our morning begins around 6:30. The students start coming in around 6:30. They're not required to be here until 7, which is the official time the class starts. But I like to see the enthusiasm of some of the students when, after they've been coming to school here for about a week or so, those who really are passionate about it really love to do it. They get here usually half an hour early and start their work. So when we first get here, we get the stalls mucked out and the horses groomed. And that whole process usually takes about an hour for us to care for the 20 horses. And then at 8 o'clock, we go to my classroom here, and we do about 2 hours of lecture. The riding pathway, the jockey pathway students will take some lessons in riding, basic horsemanship, and the horseman pathway students would take an hour class in basic equine physiology. And after the classroom work is done, around 10 o'clock, they get about a half an hour break, and then they come back to the barn over here, and we start getting on horses around 11 o'clock.